Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a reading for the collective energy. This is going to be a masculine's reading for the collective energies. There's been a lot of telepathic communications, dreams, just random messages coming through from the masculine energy. A lot of it is just them wanting to express their apologies or their feelings or their emotions. They're trying to communicate telepathically to the feminine energies, I feel, because they're not free from their karmic relationships or cycles. And there's a sense of being rejected if they reach out to verbalize their emotions. So they're sending a lot of communication telepathically to the collective energies, I feel. So with that said, I'm going to pull some energies and see what they're trying to say, what they want you to know. Whoever this is for, take it how it resonates with you. Don't force it to fit if it's not your story. I'm just going to pull some energy to see where the masculines are on their journey, how many of them are still in those karmic connections. Well, I won't know the exact number, but just trying to see if they're still in these karmic connections, if they've walked away, if they are doing what's required, or if they're still straddling the fence and indecisive about their decisions, all right? So let's see what they need you to know. Well, they're going through a tower moment for some of them. This says tower moment, burn the bitch down. So this is a tower moment they're going through, dark night of the soul kind of energy. So a lot of masculines are going through tower moments, going through ending cycles, coming to a close. They're trying to resist changes that they need to make themselves. So they're sending communication telepathically to get your attention, to distract you from moving forward, to make you feel they're coming in. I'm not saying they're not coming towards you, but I do feel like for some of them, they're using telepathic communications instead of using their words, right? So let's see. It broke my heart to see you with someone other than me. And then we have karmic lovers. So some of them are still with karmic lovers, or this is a karmic lover to you. Your masculine could be a karmic to you. Someone feels it broke their heart when you were with someone else. So what else do you want to say? Karmic lover, that broke my heart to see you with someone else. They're in spiritual prison. So a lot of the masculines are going through spiritual awakenings. They're going through their dark night of the soul. They're trying to resist changes they need to make within themselves. They're trying to avoid doing what's required of them to break away from karmic connections, lovers, etc. Or they're being done this way by a karmic lover, all right? Completion and congratulations at the bottom. I know you can't see that, but it says completion and congratulations at the bottom of the deck. So let's pull some tarot to see what this is. He's also saying to the collective, I will never hurt you if you give me a second chance. So like I said, they're using communication telepathically to get your attention. They're going through their dark night of the soul journey. They're in their ego still for some of them, trying to resist the changes they need to make. Like I said, a lot of them are just using this form of communication because they're afraid of rejection, all right? I'm losing my mind without you at the bottom of my deck. So these masculines are, and look, I want to come back, but I'm afraid. So, and thank you for being patient with me at the bottom. Can we continue on? And this is to your divine feminine. All right, so divine feminine, your person is coming through to communicate their emotions, how they feel. They're apologizing for their actions towards you. I'm sorry, I never apologized, but I couldn't forgive myself. So a lot of them are wanting this new beginning, but it's in reverse. They know that you're going after your new beginnings. You're in your new beginning phase of your journey where you're starting to get new opportunities, new blessings, new businesses, new partners, whatever the case may be. They are unable to come towards you because for some of them, they're still dealing with karmic lovers or situations. They are in spiritual prison, going through awakenings, trying to avoid the changes they need to make. They do want to apologize for what they did or how they made you feel, but they said they couldn't forgive themselves. So I guess for some of them, the thought of how they may have treated you in the past or how they made you feel when they chose this karmic lover instead of your connection, they are now realizing that karmic is a karmic lover to them. But for some of them, they're still connecting with the karmics because they have ties together financially. Some of them have businesses or resources they have together. They don't want to let go of those things. So they're still trying to hold on to the karmic connections or relationships and be with you at the same time. And that's why there's no new beginning here for some of you guys coming in right now, because for some of them, they're with the karmic and they know the grass is not greener, but this was in reverse. So this is what they're wanting you to know. They're with the karmic lover for some of them. They're in spiritual prison. They're going through karmic endings, tower moments, financial difficulties. They're trying to complete their karmic cycles so they can become balance within themselves. They also want a second chance with the divine feminine. They're asking you to be patient with them if you are not being patient. They want you to continue to be patient if you have gave up on them. They don't want you to give up on them. They don't want to see you move on with someone else. They want to come back, but they're afraid. Again, they're afraid of rejection. All right. So, what do you want to say, Mr. Masculine or Mrs. or Mr. Masculine? What do you want to say to your collective energy? What is your message for the collective? Why are you talking to them in this way? Why would you reach out to communicate your feelings instead of trying to communicate telepathically? What are you hiding from your collective that you don't want them to know at this time? Show me what I need to see, please. Make it clear. All right. What's the message, please? And thank you for the collective. How you good? Is that a tower? We have the Two of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So again, for some of them, they're still with these karmics because of financial stability, security, money issues of their own. They may not have enough to move away from these people. They may also stay with these people, or they may be in business with these people, or have some kind of financial, they have a financial responsibility or obligation to some of these karmics. For some of them, their karmic lovers could be their mothers, their baby mothers, whatever the case may be. They feel obligated to these people in some kind of way, so they're having a hard time letting go of these connections because of that reason. For some of them, this is about money and finances. This is about status. This is about them having the stability they need to be able to feel more secure in themselves. So it's like they have a lack of security within themselves. So the karmic makes them feel somehow secure within themselves, to the point where they don't have to do a lot to meet this person's approval. It doesn't require a lot of action on their part to satisfy the karmic lover. The karmic doesn't require much of the masculine to do when it comes to their change. It's like the karmic is okay with the masculines being in their ego or in their pride or whatever this is, because that's how the karmic continues to keep them stuck or bound together, by the way they allow them to really be who they are in a sense. But it's like they're not being their authentic selves with the karmics. They're being the person they want the people to think they are. So like, the reason why they're still not sure about this relationship with you is because for some of them, they're so comfortable where they are with these karmics that they don't want to risk losing things they have acquired with these relationships or these situationships, whatever. So they're still not sure how to release and let go of these relationships or karmic connections, because again, for some of them, that has a lot to do with their financial stability. So it's like they don't have any security on their own or anything to offer you without this karmics. I don't know if they're saying the karmic supports the masculines or the masculine supports the karmic, but there's some kind of financial obligation they feel debted to these karmics in. So for some of them, these karmics support them financially, or these karmics provide for them some kind of security they can't provide for themselves. So it's like they're using the karmics for their financial security or their resources or whatever this is. And that's why they are still dealing with some of these people, because they're getting something out of it that they don't want to let go of. And it has something to do with their security. What is this message about? King of Swords. So they have to make a decision, right? And they have to release the thought of losing everything that they have with these karmics and be okay with whatever they lose. So if they do have to lose money or let go of some kind of business they have with these people, or something where they're going to lose money, they don't want to lose any money. They don't want to pay out any money. They don't want to pay child support. They don't want to pay alimony. They don't want to pay for the divorce. They don't want to pay out any kind of retributions in a sense. So you know how they say it's cheaper to keep her? For some of them, they feel like it's cheaper to keep the karmic than it is to be without the karmic. Because for some of them, if they walk away from the connections they have with these karmic, they're going to lose a lot of money. So instead of them being okay with losing whatever this is they may stand to lose, they're trying to stay in those relationships and keep things going between them and those situations they're in. This makes no fucking sense. Where are you? What is your message? What do you want the collective to know? Because I'm not going to sit here and talk about all the reasons why you feel you need to stay with these karmic individuals that you're dealing with because of money or whatever this is. Nobody cares about that shit. The King of Wands in reverse. So again, they lack confidence. They lack security. They lack courage for some of them. They're not sure on how you're going to respond to them, if you're going to accept them or not. So instead of them just coming toward you to make an offer to be with you in union, they're testing the waters with you telepathically to see how you're going to respond to their communication. If you respond in the way they think that you're going to be open to them, then it's going to give them the courage to come towards you. But if they feel like you're not going to receive them when they reach out to you, they're going to continue to stay away from you and use telepathic communication to communicate their emotions to you. Something like that. This shit is fucking childish. King of Pentacles. So now we have a King and Queen of Pentacles on the board. And 2 kings. We have 3 kings and 1 queen. What's your message? I'm having a hard time making a decision. I'm having a hard time deciding on how to walk away from this connection because I am afraid of losing everything that I've built with this person. So they may have built a lot of financial securities with this individual, and the thought of them having to pay out any kind of payout to this person is one reason why they're continuing to stay in the relationship. They don't want to pay out anything to this person. They want to be able to walk away from the connection and still take with them everything they have built with this person to bring it to you for an offering, like some kind of reward for your patience in a sense. They want to be able to bring something to the table when they come towards you. But if they leave the karmics are going to take everything from them, like financially speaking or whatever this is. Page of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles and Death. All right, so Death is here and the Nine of Pentacles is here. So I don't know what this person is trying to say exactly, other than they do want to be apart from this person to be single again. But they want to be single and financially stable at the same time. They don't want to be single and not able to take care of you or support you in some kind of way. So in order for them to feel secure enough to come towards you with an offer, they want to come towards you knowing they can take care of their responsibilities when it comes to your connection. So it's almost like they know if they leave their current situations, they won't have anything to offer you, financially speaking, for some of them. They won't be able to provide for you in the way you deserve. They know you deserve everything. And without this person they're with, they cannot provide you with those services. So it's almost like they want to be with the karmic, right? But they want to use whatever resources they have with the karmic to take care of you. But they can't use whatever they have with these karmics to take care of you financially. They have to be able to build their own stability or create their own financial security within themselves to be able to support this connection. So it's almost like the fear of them not being able to come in and make a genuine offer that's going to be an offer you won't reject or refuse. They want to make sure that when they come in, they're coming in as a Nine of Pentacles and not as somebody who doesn't have enough money to take care of you, somebody who doesn't have the things you deserve. Like, yeah, so it's like they want to reconcile with you, right? And they want to have a new beginning with you. Oh, let me pick this up. So this is in reverse, right? This is what they don't have enough to start over with you. If they walk away from these karmas, they won't have anything to start over with. So it's like they're going to lose everything if they walk away from these relationships or connections they have. For some of them, it's financial security they get from their family. For example, for some of them, and I don't know if this is your person, but for some of them, they could live at home with their mother. And as long as they stay home with their mom or their father or stay at home with their family, they have a lot of money to support their lifestyle. But if they were to leave the comforts of their home or their lifestyle they have with their family that they could, they get all the support from, they won't have anything to offer you. So they don't want to come in with nothing to offer you. And right now, that's what they don't have, something to offer you that's going to bring like financial security in your relationship for some of you guys. So it's like they don't want to walk away from these karmic connections because they're getting some kind of benefit from them, financial benefit for some of them. And in order for them to take care of you the way you deserve, they have to be a Nine of Pentacles to do that. For some of them, they're not a Nine of Pentacles on their own. They're very codependent on these connections they're in with these other situations they have. So it's almost like they have to find a way to regain their confidence, right? And find a way to motivate themselves to know they have enough wisdom to create a life somewhere else. So it's almost like they don't want to start over again. So for some of them, the fear of losing everything they've built with these karmic relationships they have with these karmic people, lovers, whatever the case may be, the fear is, if I walk away from these situations where I have all this financial security or stability going for myself and be with someone that's already financially stable on their own and come in with nothing to offer them, they won't accept me back. So it's like, I don't want to close out these karmic connections and end them if I'm not going to be able to provide for the person that I'm going to financial security. You know what I mean? So it's like they're afraid that you won't accept them if they don't come in as a Nine of Pentacles. They don't feel like you're going to receive them if they come in as anything less than the Nine of Pentacles. So they're trying to find a way to establish themselves in a financial way or in a better way to come in with an offer that you cannot refuse kind of energy. So it's like, I'm so confused. I don't know what you want me to say. It's like they want to come in to reconcile with you and have a new beginning. But new beginnings in reverse. They don't have enough money to do so. If they walk away from these karmic connections, they won't have the money to do so. They won't have enough to start over with you and build with you a life that you deserve. So they don't want to be codependent on you when they come in. They want to be self-sufficient when they come back. And right now, for some of them, they're not self-sufficient on their own. They're still codependent on these relationships because they need these connections for security purposes, right? So if they walk away from them, they won't have anything to offer you. And that's what they don't want to do. Come back with nothing to offer you. Anything else you want me to say? Three of Cups. What about the Three of Cups? Also, for some of them, the third party person they're with is spending all of their money. So it's like the more money they try to save to build some, like, okay. For some of them, these karmics know that these people want to leave them, right? And in order for them to stop them from leaving them, they're using all their resources on things that this person doesn't. So I don't know, like, it's almost like this person is telling me that every time they save money for a rainy day, the karmic wants to use the money to do other things with it. So it's like every time they put money aside for a rainy day, the money gets taken or the money gets gone or the money is stolen from them in some kind of way. So it's like, I'm so confused, sir, ma'am, whoever you are. You're not making a lot of sense. What are you trying to say with this reading? Why are you not confident enough in yourself to believe that you can start over again somewhere else and make things work out with this person that you want to be with? Why are you afraid that you won't have enough to offer this person? Financially is going to be the reason why they want to accept you back. Why are you so afraid of that? Oh, okay, because you know how men feel like their value for them is in their pockets. If their pockets are empty, they feel less valuable to the person or the situation they're going towards. They don't want to come in empty-handed or feeling like they have to rely on you to take care of them. They're trying to break out of those cycles where they have to depend on somebody to take care of them. So every person they're dealing with in some way takes care of them in some kind of way. They're trying to break that cycle of having to be codependent on other people to support them in some kind of way. They want to be self-sufficient. They want to be able to provide for themselves in the way a man or woman should, without having to rely on other people to do this for them. So for them, their self-esteem is being bothered by this because in their heart, they want to be with you. But in their pockets, they don't have enough resources to give you the life you deserve. So the fact they feel they can't give you the life you deserve is keeping them away from you in a sense, because without these people they're dealing with, they cannot support themselves in a way, right? So they need these codependent relationships to support themselves in order for them to, be happy. So it's like they want to reconcile with their connection you guys have. But the thought of them not being able to afford the lifestyle you deserve is keeping them with these karmic connections or these other situations. So they're waiting for their life to improve or their financial security to change or their life in general to get better in a sense, so they can bring something to the table to offer you that's worth waiting for. Right now, they're keeping that a secret from you because, for example, if you were to see this person on social media or whatever the case may be, you may think they're living their best life with the karmic lovers because they're posting pictures of them going places, doing things, whatever, celebrating, whatever they're doing. It looks like they're doing well for themselves. However, what you don't know about this person is that everything that they're doing, publicly speaking, or they're publicizing on social media about their life, it's a facade in a sense. It's not how they truly are living their life. It's like the life that they're living is not the life they're portraying to the public eye. They're not living this fabulous lifestyle. They're not rich and famous, or they're not doing well financially. They're just acting as if they are. So it's almost like if you knew the truth about their living situation, their money status, their job status, their financial status, that you won't take them back, because for some of them, they don't have anything to offer you financially speaking. So they're keeping that part from you hidden until they figure out how to come up on some kind of blessing of some sort, money or opportunity that's going to give them the resources they need to move forward with you. So right now, they're keeping their thoughts to themselves. They're hiding their emotions. They're not speaking about how they feel, because for some of them, they don't feel like their emotional status is going to win you back. So for example, just because they tell you that they are in love with you or they want to be with you, romantically speaking, they don't feel like that's going to be enough to sustain a relationship. They know that it's going to take money and resources to be able to build a life with you. So because they don't have that to offer you, they're in these karmic connections because they're getting something from these people they don't have to offer themselves. So they're trying to regain their confidence and build up their financial stability in a sense, so they can become the King of Pentacles or the Nine of Pentacles. For some of them, they're still married or they're still involved with someone. They have to divorce or separate for somebody before they can be single again. But for those that are single, they're trying to rebuild their financial stability so they can come in with a better offer for you guys to work things out and move forward together in a better way, right? But for those of them that are still dealing with karmics, they're still dealing with these karmics because they don't have resources of their own to support a life with you. So the karmic kind of supports them in a way that they can't support themselves, or they're getting something from these connections they don't have access to themselves. So they're staying with these karmics for that reason, for their own security purposes, right? That's why they haven't surrendered to the divine. That's why they're not answering the call. That's why they're not coming towards you with an offer. That's why they're still in these karmic connections, because they still have to figure out how to become financially independent on their own to bring something of value to the table. They want to bring you an Ace of Pentacles. Where is it? They want to bring you an Ace of Pentacles offer. However, for some of them, they don't have this offer to bring. So they're still trying to figure out how they can come in with an offer that you're going to accept if it's not the Ace of Pentacles. So for some of them, this new beginning, they don't know how to get this new beginning off the ground or start it over with you because they don't have the money to do so. You see it has the dollar signs behind it, right? So for them, the new beginning requires a lot of money for them to be able to rebuild this life with you again, or have a life that you deserve to have, you know what I mean? So because they don't have this money, they can't have a new beginning with you. They feel they want to come in with the Ace of Pentacles, but for some of them, they don't have it to offer. So they're trying to manifest that into their reality so they can come in with a better offer. So for some of them, there's a struggle, financial struggle they're going through right now. The thought of them walking away from the karmics they're dealing with is going to put them in a financial situation. They won't have enough money to support a family with you or a life with you. So it's like, because they don't have financial security without these connections they're in, or something to offer you without this life they have with. So it's like all of their resources are connected to the karmic relationships they're in. They cannot walk away from these karmas and take everything they've built with these karmas to bring to you. They have to let these things go first, right? And they don't want to let go of their financial security to be with you, because if they do that, they won't have anything to offer you financially speaking. So it's like they don't know how to rebuild their confidence in a way that they can offer you something that's going to be worth the wait. So they're going back and forth about communicating with you, emotionally speaking, because they don't want you to know they don't have anything to offer you financially speaking. So for some of them, they're still going to invest in these relationships until they can find a way to free themselves from these karmic connections. But a lot of them are still struggling to in these connections for that reason. It's like, this person has me so confused. I'm just going to be honest. I understand what they're trying to get me to say. The bottom line is that a lot of them are codependent on these karmic relationships they're in, right? Because they have something that they're benefiting from these relationships. Like I said, for some of them, they don't have their own transportation, their own car, their own house, whatever. They live with these karmics. They're like roommates in a sense more than they are lovers, but they still have some kind of relationship with these karmic people. So for that reason, if they leave these connections and they don't have a pot to piss in, what are they going to bring to the table to you? Nothing. So instead of them coming in to offer you little to nothing, they rather come in when they're better off in their own life. And right now, they don't know how to regain their confidence in a way that's going to make them feel secure in knowing you're going to accept them if they don't come back with the right offer. It's almost like, I don't know. This person has me so fucking confused. I don't know. Knight of Wands. Eight of Swords. So here's the thing. Everything I said is true about what I said. Some of these masculines know who you are, that you're the divine counterpart, their soulmate, twin flame counterpart. They know that to be true. The issue that some of them are having is the fact that they have intertwined their life so much so with these karmic relationships that if they walk away from them, they won't have anything to take with them. They won't have any money, anything to offer you. So the fear of them coming back, or the thought of them coming back with nothing to offer you, is keeping them away from you at the same time, right? Even though they want to be with you in this relationship and they want to walk away from these karmic individuals having a beginning with you, the thought of them not having enough money to support you in some kind of way is keeping them away from you at the same time. So until they release the fear of thinking they don't have enough to offer you, that their words of affirmation or their expressed emotions would be enough for you to give them a second chance, for some of you guys, they're not going to come in with an offer until they feel more secure in themselves that you're going to take them back. So they don't want you to abandon the connection at the same time. They don't want you to walk away from it, but they don't want to come towards you because they don't want you to turn your back on them if they come in with nothing to offer you, in a sense, right? So it's almost like they're having to release the thought of you. Okay. The karmics are materialistic, right? Individuals. They care about money. They care about a lifestyle. They care about certain things. The divine feminine does not care about those materialistic things. That we don't care. They don't care about that. So this masculine is making themselves believe that you're just like the karma when it comes to your way of thinking. They think that you need money or certain things to be able to accept them, right? That's how they're used to responding to people, by coming in with money to show that they have whatever they got going on, success in their life, whatever. So they're used to being able to buy people's attention or buy affection from people or buy people time. It's like this masculine feels like, because the karmics are materialistic in some kind of way, or they themselves could also be materialistic in their way of thinking, they think you're going to be the same way. So the thought of them thinking that you're materialistic is keeping them from coming towards you without material things to offer you. They don't know if they can come towards you in their authentic self and express their true feelings for you, and you guys can work things out and move towards abundance together. They don't understand that concept. They're so lost in the sauce of the 3D world that in their mind, they think they don't have material wealth or material gain or material assets to bring to the table that you want to take them back or something like that. So it's like they're still having to learn or understand that the spiritual connection between counterparts is not based on material wealth. Material assets does not persuade or like gets the divine feminine up in a fancy. She doesn't care about the material assets of the world. Her biggest concern is her spiritual growth and her spiritual connection with God and source. That's where she puts her value into. She doesn't care about material wealth, in a sense. So your persons of interest are stuck in these karmic cycles because they feel like if they don't have material assets or a certain lifestyle, that they cannot give you the life you deserve. They're not aware, King of Swords, that it doesn't take all the material assets to build a relationship with a person of interest. If you have genuine emotions, or if you have a genuine mindset, or if you have a genuine heart, then you can work towards gaining assets to material gain or wealth or whatever the case may be. So your person is kind of upside down when it comes to their process of how they feel towards the divine feminine. They think divine feminine needs a lot of money or a certain lifestyle to be able to accept them, in a sense. They don't understand divine feminine has her own resources. She makes her own money. She builds her own empire. She doesn't need a man for that or another person to do that for her. They don't know that you're already working towards your own empire, building your own empire, or have your own resources of value. They don't know you have these things going for yourself. So if they don't come to the table with these things to offer you, they feel like they're going to be less of a man or person if they do not come in with the right offer. So in their mind, they're convinced that you won't take them back unless they have some kind of material asset to offer you. And that's why for some of them, they're choosing to stay in this cycle, because in their mind, if they don't have enough to offer you, you won't take them back. I don't fucking know. And look at that. The Empress is here. So divine masculine, let me give you some advice from a feminine perspective. Divine feminine is wealthy in her own right. She don't need your money or your resources or your whatever you think you need to bring to the table. She has all these things herself, or she can manifest whatever she wants. She doesn't need your 3D materialistic resources to feel secure in herself. She's secure within herself. So if you're not secure within yourself, then that's a reflection on you. That's not your divine feminine. So in order for you to get past your own fears with the moon card, you have to go within and balance out your emotions when it comes to your divine feminine, and stop projecting that your divine feminine won't take you back because of X, Y, and Z, because that's just not the truth. Divine feminine is doing well on her own. Whether you come in or not, she's going to be fine. Whether you support her dreams or her vision or not, she's going to be fine. So in order for you to be able to express yourself in a better way, you have to be able to identify why you're insecure about your lack of resources when it comes to your connection with your divine feminine, and understand divine feminine doesn't need all the material wealth or assets you may feel you need to bring to the table to be with her. They don't care about that. They can build their own financial stability in their own right. They have all the tools they need to do so. So if you were to be with your divine feminine, then you wouldn't be coming in to a person that needs your money to have security within themselves. They have their own resources for that. So they won't need you for those things. So if you're not going towards your divine feminine because you think you don't have enough to offer them financially, then you're going to continue to be in this situation until you figure out that's not what's required of you to be with your person of interest. What's required of you to be with your divine feminine is doing the inner work on yourself to heal your inner childhood wounds, traumas, whatever it is for you, and balance out your own energies. That's what's required for you to be with your divine feminine. Not your money, not your resources, not your gifts, not your whatever else you think you need to be with them. It's not that. All you need to do is do the work on yourself to be able to make decisions going forward that won't put you or this person in any kind of third party connections, and be true to yourself kind of thing. Divine feminine has already gained access to her 10 of Pentacles. She's receiving her financial security or her financial reward right now as we speak. So it's like, to avoid going through this tower moment, if that's what you're trying to do, you need to free yourself from this situation before you lose everything anyway. So it's almost like whether you stay or go, divine masculine, whether you stay with the karmic or not, or go back to your divine feminine or not, you're still going to go through a fucking tower moment, and you're still going to end up losing something in the end. So it's going to be up to you what you lose and what you keep, or what you maintain, or what you leave or lose. So it's almost like, if you don't make the decision to walk away from these connections, then spirit's going to step in and destroy them anyway. So you're still going to end up with nothing in the end. It's in your best interest to trust your intuition and move away from these connections while you have a chance to do so, before spirit steps in and tear this shit down. Like it said in the beginning, burn this bitch down. So divine masculine, you can continue to sit there and make all the reasons why you can't be with your divine feminine, or hold on to the way of thinking you have about your financial stability being one of the reasons why you can't be with this person or whatever the case may be. I don't fucking know what you're doing. However, comma, if you continue to stay in these karmic connections, which is your choice to do so, right? There is going to be a tower moment. It's going to burn this bitch down. So whether you walk away on your own accord or not, it's going to come to an end regardless. All right. So you're being nudged to move forward and away from this situation so that you can avoid this tower moment. Because if you don't walk away while you have a chance to do so and make the right decision here and move towards your divine feminine or your partner with your, or union with your divine feminine, you're going to end up losing everything regardless, no matter how hard you try to avoid it, right? It's not going to work out in your favor. It's going to still backfire on you, all right? So yeah, walk away while you have a chance from these connections. You are going to lose out on something, but you're going to be something better is going to come in after you walk away from it. So whatever this is you're trying to maintain, it's not going to last for much longer. There will be a divine intervention coming in to destroy what you're trying to create with this person of interest of yours that you're with, the karmic lover you chose, whatever the case is. It's going to fall apart regardless of whatever you want to do, all right? Whether you stay or go, it's still going to fall apart, and you're still going to have to move out of the way to somewhere else where you can be safe and secure within yourself again. So it's like you're still going to have to do the work on yourself to heal whatever this is you're going through. This Queen of Wands, this karmic lover, this conflict that you've had between these two energies that you are dealing with, one person's your divine partner, one person's your karmic lover. Either way, you're going to lose somebody here. You already lost one person. If you don't walk away from this now, you're going to lose somebody else. This could end up in a tragic ending for somebody here. This could end up in financial debt for somebody here. This could also end up in, I'm getting death. I'm getting death, like literal death. Somebody could end up losing their life in this situation. You can try to hold on to this if you want to, right? And not move into calmer waters or move away from the situation if you don't want to. That's fine. You can stay and hold on if you want to and continue to try to fight against the grain or go against the grain or stay in your pride of your ego or allow your pride of ego to keep you in this connection if you want to. That's your choice. No matter what you decide, there's going to be some kind of ending, whether you like it or not. And it's going to end in heartbreak for some of you guys if you don't walk away from it now while you have a chance to do so. The choice is going to be up to you. All right, it's going to be up to you. Do what's required of you to free yourself from this connection you're in with this karmic lover you're choosing to stay with because of whatever reason it is for you. I don't care. Or free yourself from this connection you're in and walk away from while you have a chance to do so and receive karmic justice on your behalf. Otherwise, stay for the ending and see what happens. I feel like that's going to end up in death for some of you guys. This trap, this person, this energy you're with is plotting against you in some kind of way. They may even be wishing death on some of you guys, causing a lot of confusion for you at some point. It's like they're doing something you don't see coming. And whether you realize it or not, there's going to be a divine intervention on your behalf, masculine energies. There's going to be a situation where you're not going to be able to get out of it in the end. It's like it's going to end up sending you away for a very long time. For some of you, that's death. I'm sorry, but it is. For some of you, there's going to be a tragic ending of some sort. The tower moment is going to create a tragic ending for some of you guys. This tower is going to create a tragic ending for some of you guys. For some of you guys, this ending is going to look like death in a lot of ways. For some, it's going to be literal death. But for some, it's going to be an ego death. Either way, you're going to go through this process of transformation, whether you want to or not. You cannot avoid this situation. Like, you cannot avoid this tower moment. It's going to happen. You do have a choice now to walk away from it before the disaster hits or the tower hits the way it's going to hit. Or you can stay where you are and wait for the tower to hit and then receive even more karma debt for what you've done. So it's like they're giving you a choice here to walk away while you can and make the right decision to do what's right for you. If you decide to ignore your intuition and not move into calmer waters, it's almost like you're being offered a way out of a situation. But if you don't take the help you're being offered to move away from the situation you're in, masculine energy, and do what's best for you at this time and put yourself in a better position to receive what's meant for you, then Spirit's going to step in and destroy your foundation regardless of whether you want to or not. So in the end, it's going to be a lot harder for you to pick up the pieces and start over again if Spirit comes in and tear your shit apart than it would be you to walk away from it now while you still can. All right. I don't know. That went all over the place. Divine masculines are struggling to release the karmic connections for their own reasons. They feel like if they just stay a little bit longer, they can figure out a better way to end those relationships and a better way to save face, to not burn bridges. They're trying to still have a working relationship with some of these people they're dealing with so they can always go back to them if they need to. Spirit's like, no, that's not going to happen. That's what the problem is right now. It's like they walk away from certain people and then they go back when their life gets challenging for them. And they go back to these codependent relationships and they just stay there until they figure out something else to do. Spirit is kind of tired of the back and forth energies with these masculines. One minute they're going to walk away and go towards their divine calling, and 1 minute they go back to the same situations. So they're going to make it to where this time, if they don't walk away from these karmic connections, that this time when they step in and destroy, they won't be able to walk back. All right. So yeah, spiritual prison is here. Death is here. Judgment is here. I mean, what else can this be other than somebody's going to end up regretting the decision they made to not walk away from these karmic connections, because some of them are going to result in someone's life. Yours, theirs, somebody else close to you, I don't know. But whatever it is, it's not going to be a happy ending for you, no matter how you look at it. The only way to get a happy ending from this situation is to walk away from it while you still have a chance to do so before spirit steps in and burn this bitch down. If you don't want to get caught in the crossfire, then free yourself while you have a chance to do so, is the message. Whoever you are, divine feminine, divine masculine, if you're in this karmic cycle and you're refusing to walk away from it and go within and do what's required of you to balance out your own energies, this new beginning you're trying to start with somebody won't happen for you. And you're going to end up having to start over anyway, because this shit is going to be burnt to the ground. You're not going to have a pot to fucking piss in. For real, for real. Or anybody that can go to that can give you a pot to piss in, because they're going to be destroyed too for interfering with the karmic, with the soulmate connection, a divine soulmate connection. They interfere with the wrong fucking person. They cause harm to somebody who was chosen. And the person of interest is also chosen, but they don't realize they're chosen, so they're choosing to stay in these karmic connections, and they're chosen to be somewhere else. All right? So whatever you decide is going to be up to you. If you stay or go, it doesn't fucking matter. The bitch is going to burn down regardless. You can trust your intuition and move out of the way while you have a chance to do so. Or you can stay stuck and stagnant or egotistical about the situation, or hold on to your resources or your finances if you want to. This shit is going to be snatched out of your hands because it's not meant for you to be in those situations. Whatever you've created is going to be destroyed. So it's in your best interest to take what you can, pack light, and hit the fucking road, Jack, and move away from it while you still can. All right? I'm seeing death and destruction coming to a lot of people. And it's all because they're not heeding the warnings they're receiving from their spirit guides to move forward, to be able to avoid certain destruction in their life. All right, we have divine timing is at play, but it wanted to come out in reverse. The time is now to do this. There ain't no divine timing coming in. This is divine timing right now for you to get the fuck out the way while you still can, and move into calmer waters and get to a safe place before this death and destruction comes into your world. If you don't, when divine timing steps in, it's over for you bitches. It's going to be over for whoever this is for. So make the right decision and move the fuck out the way while you still can before divine timing steps in and destroy this motherfucker and tear it all down. And then you're going to have to start over anyway, with nothing to start over with. Right now you got some seeds in the ground you can still plant, or you got something you can still work with. But if you don't take what you have right now and work what you got and start over somewhere else, you ain't even gonna have that to start over with in the end, is what I'm kind of getting. And surrender. Surrender. Divine timing is at play here. Divine timing is here. Judgment is here. Somebody's going to receive this judgment on their life if they don't surrender to the divine and move out of the way before divine justice steps in and destroy this motherfucker. And this is on a global scale as well, not just a personal relationship with somebody you're dealing with. This is on a global scale as a collective. The Most High is about to bring balance back into the world by any means necessary. So for anyone that's in the way of death and destruction when it comes to the earth, because you're still holding on to material wealth, whatever the fuck it is, and you're not using your intuition and trusting your intuition, trying to put you in a better place where you won't be harmed by this death and destruction that's coming to the world, then you're going to regret your decision. And so, for example, think about when you have a place that's in a hurricane alley and they get warnings to evacuate and take what they can take with them and relocate to a safe space. You got some people that'll sit there in the hurricane seasons because they've done it before and they survived so many, or whatever the case may be. No matter how much the warnings come in to relocate or evacuate, a lot of people decide to stay in their hometown until it passes over. Well, this ain't gonna be one of them situations where it's gonna just pass over and you're not gonna be damaged by the storms. When these storms start to come into your life this time, they're gonna tear some shit up. And when they're done tearing some shit up, there ain't gonna be shit to rebuild on. Not nothing. Every foundation's going to be leveled the fuck out. So it's best for you now to take the warning. Take what you can take with you right now and get your ass on the road and move away from these situations where you may be in the line of fire. And I'm telling you, when this destruction hits your place, your residence, your hometown, your city, whatever this is you're being asked to get away from, you're not going to have shit to rebuild from. There's not going to be nothing left to build on. All right? There won't be a foundation left for you to rebuild on. There won't be. So it's in your best interest, divine feminine, collective, divine masculine, whoever the fuck you may be, to trust your intuition and take your guidance and move forward on your journey. Death is coming to the world. People have done so many things to people in this world to get ahead. And God is tired of this bullshit. He's going to bring balance by any means necessary for individuals and on a collective scale. So individually, we have an obligation to ourselves to do what's best for ourselves, regardless of what it's meaning for us to let go of, to move forward, to get the fuck out the way. If we choose not to move forward, then cool. Stay where you at. Be where you at. Go underground if you think that's going to save you from this destruction what's coming your way. I don't fucking know what you're planning on doing, but I'm here to tell you it's not going to save you. It's not going to work. You can't hide from it. You can't run from it. You can't avoid it. It's going to happen. All you can do is move where you've been guided to move, to be in a safe space when it happens for you. All right? That's it. That's all. Okay. Anything else to close this out? No. That is the message. Divine intervention is at play on a global scale and on a personal scale in our personal lives. Each person is being faced with a choice to make when it comes to their path, their life in general. You have to trust yourself enough to know that you're being guided to move if you're being guided to move. And trust that you're being guided to move for a reason. Fuck all the whys and how comes and all the reasons why you need to know the information. You don't need to know every fucking thing to just be able to move. You don't need everything to move. Everything you need is going to be provided for you once you move in the right direction, period. But if you don't move forward in the right direction, you won't have, I'm sorry. It's just, my head is like on fire. My crown chakra is burning because this message is like a fucking warning to the collective. I know I said it was for the masculine, but when you think about it, what's been most controlling the world and what's the most dominant force in the world? It's the masculine energy overall. Collectively speaking, the masses are ruled by the masculine energies. They have been in control for some time, trying to manipulate the world to be the way they want it to be. They're fucking up the order of business here. So they have to be taken out of the way so that the right people can be in position to do what's right for the world and for people in general. So they have to be removed from positions. So there's going to be a tearing down of positions of hierarchy people in higher places, so that the right people can be in the positions to help people in need and do what's right for the world and people in general. And if you're one of those people that's being called to step into that position, but you're not in the line, but you're not in alignment with that position, and you're meant to be there, then you're going to be forced to get into alignment with your position that you're meant to be in. All right. So you can take that seat when the seat becomes available for you. Right. Something like that. I don't know. Okay. I do want to end it on a better note, so I do want to pull something to close it out, maybe an oracle card or something to close out the reading. But as far as this goes, collectively speaking, judgment is here for the world in general, but more so individually. Is look, co-create came out. Card number 40. And milk and honey. So this is the thing. In order for the world to be a better place for everybody here, right? For everyone that lives on the face of this green earth, everybody deserves milk and honey in some way or another, right? That was the plan. But because people in power took control of certain situations, things, or whatever the case may be, they made it hard for some people to receive their milk and honey. And for some of us people that did not receive our 10 acres and a mule, whatever the case may be, we're about to receive our justice. In order for us to receive that justice, some things have to be taken out of the way in order for things to be made better for us, right? So spirit is going to co-create with the new earth, the chosen ones, to build this new earth, to create milk and honey for everyone. So basically the chosen ones are being called out. And if you are a masculine energy, that's a chosen one, called to represent God in a way that you're not. If you're holding on to karmic relationships, connections, whatever the fuck it is, and you've been called out to step into your calling because you have a mission to co-create with spirit, to create milk and honey for the world, and you're stuck in your old ways because of your old toxic energies, whatever the fuck it is, you're going to be dealt an ugly hand to get you to recognize who you truly are. So you can step into that power that you're supposed to, that divinity you're supposed to be in, emperor energy. So the masculine is going to be challenged a lot in this time that we're in. The feminines, I feel, have made peace and they're in balance with spirit. They're co-creating with spirit. They're on the right path. They're getting milk and honey from the universe. They're receiving the justice and things like that. The person that's still lagging behind the ball is the eight ball is the masculine energy. So they have to co-create with spirit to receive their milk and honey. But they have to do a lot of work to get here first. For some of them, they're not doing the work. They're still trying to avoid it. If they continue to avoid the work they need to do to be in co-create with spirit or be in alignment with spirit, they're going to receive tower moment after tower moment after tower moment until they realize who they truly are and walk away from those connections. And for some of them, they're not going to do it until spirit does it for them. And those who have to be forced out of those connections, they won't be able to rebuild their life over again the way they want to or the way they think they can, in a way. Ashe? And look, that's that yang energy. That's the masculine energy. This is that yang energy that needs to be balanced within the masculine energies in order for them to receive their abundance, in order for them to find peace within, and in order for things to go back the way they're supposed to be in a sense, right? So this is where the masculine is struggling to release their ego, their pride. They're stuck in the 3D world. They're still trying to gain riches and whatever else. They think that they're on the right path. They think they found the right one. They think they are in the, whatever situation they're in is best for them, all this bullshit. For those that are still delusional and think that way, they're about to receive a lot of karma, a lot of towers, a lot of events that's going to make them have to move away from these situations by force, to make them do the work they need to do to be able to step into the emperor power. Because some of them are showing up as knights and pages and they're just not walking in their power. And it's time for them to step into their power. And for some of them, they are resisting the changes they need to make to do that. And they're going to be met with a lot of karma to make them do the work to step into their power. And for some of them, it's not going to be a pretty thing for them. And that's why they're reaching out to you telepathically to co-create with you in the spirit world to kind of get understanding as to what is going on in their 3D world. And I feel like if you are communicating with your person of interest telepathically, and you're sending communication to your persons energetically, make sure you're telling your person energetically what this mission is and what the purpose is so they can get a better understanding in the 3D world to make the change they need to make, all right? So if you are communicating with your person telepathically and you guys can manifest or like speak to each other telepathically, I'm getting like, this is the feminine communicating with the masculine. If you're in this energy where you can communicate with your person telepathically, sending them the right information is going to help them balance out their energy so they can make the changes they need to make. So instead of you having like communication telepathically about the relationship, try to give them insight on the mission that you guys need to be able to manifest together, to give them a better understanding of what this connection is all about so they can stop thinking it's about money or success or wealth or whatever else they're thinking it is about. They need to understand why they need to walk away from these connections. They don't understand why. They don't get the bigger picture. So if you can help this person in a way that they can understand their purpose, that'll help them free themselves from these connections in a sense, is what I'm kind of getting. So it's like spirit is asking for divine feminines to help communicate telepathically to these masculines what the mission is or their assignment may be or why this is important for them to do so they can have the strength and the courage to do so. Okay, something like that. All right. And I'm going to leave it there, you guys. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Namaste.